Is Garrett Crochet a cause for concern for the Red Sox? This question has been on many fans' minds recently, especially after a challenging outing that has sparked debate about his current form and future performance. Let's break down what happened and why it matters. On a tough night against Cleveland, Crochet's start unraveled dramatically in the sixth inning. The Guardians hammered him for 6 runs on 6 hits, including 3 home runs, turning the game around and seizing a 7-5 lead. This outing saw Crochet matching some of his career lows, surrendering 4 homers, 7 runs, and 7 hits, all career worst marks in a single game. As a result, his ERA climbed from a solid 2.40 to 2.67, raising eyebrows. What's particularly interesting is the nature of those 4 home runs. They came off different pitches: a fastball that Noel sent over the fence for a solo shot, 2 cutters that Austin Hedges and David Fry turned into a solo homer and a 2-run blast respectively, and a middle sweeper that Brian Rocchio crushed for a 3-run homer. Despite this barrage, Crochet's reaction was more puzzled than panicked. He expressed satisfaction with the movement and life on his pitches. His fastball averaged 96.6 miles per hour, slightly above his usual speed, and he felt confident about locating his 4-seam fastball away from right-handed hitters, a strategy that hadn't been as effective in recent starts. Before the costly pitch to Rocchio, his sweeper was performing well, generating 5 swings and misses and staying below the strike zone. "I felt really good," Crochet said. "Just a couple of bad pitches there kind of ruined it." But here's the part most people miss. Crochet's ability to generate swings and misses, a key to his success, was noticeably absent. The Guardians, a team with an average strikeout rate, only swung and missed 8 times against him, marking the second lowest number of whiffs he's allowed in any outing this season. "I was struggling to get swing and miss tonight," Crochet admitted. This struggle isn't an isolated incident. Looking at his monthly whiff rates, the percentage of swings that result in misses, there's a clear downward trend. March-April, 30.0%. May, 30.0%. June, 29.7%. July, 27.7%. August, 26.4%. September, 16.7%. In just one start. Could this dip be a sign that Crochet's heavy workload is catching up to him? He's pitched 178 1/3 innings this season, more than he ever has before in his career. Yet, despite the workload, Crochet insists he still feels strong. He's maintained his velocity throughout the season and says he's recovering well between starts. "Even my teammates are asking me, like, 'Hey, how are you feeling?' But I truly do feel really good," he shared. Velocity. Not that it tells the whole story, but it tells a lot of it, and it's in a really good spot. "I'm taking care of my body in between starts, and just doing everything I can to be prepared to help this team out down the stretch." Another angle to consider is that opposing teams might be adjusting their approach against Crochet, figuring out how to make better contact. Crochet himself discussed this with Red Sox hitting coach Pete Fatse, who suggested that hitters are anticipating pitches more effectively, essentially looking out over the plate and timing the ball better. That would explain the Hedges homer. That would explain the Rocchio one, Crochet noted. While giving up 4 homers in a game is unusual for Crochet, it's worth noting that this was the 5th consecutive game in which he allowed a home run. Over his last 5 starts, he's given up 8 homers, 1 more than he had allowed in his previous 13 outings combined. Still, Crochet seems to accept solo home runs as part of the game, when he's consistently attacking the strike zone. It's the multi-run homers that cause more concern and reflection. Tuesday's game forced him to confront that reality in a way he's not used to. "I just care about keeping the team in a position to win," he said. "I did that tonight, so that's cool, but I also kind of stunk tonight." It's important to keep perspective on this rough outing. Had Crochet's night ended after 5 innings, he would have walked away with a strong four-start stretch, boasting a 1.80 ERA, 29 strikeouts, and just 2 walks over 25 innings. Despite the recent dip in swing and miss numbers, he had been dominant. For one inning against the Guardians, however, he was the exact opposite. The Red Sox will hope this was just a one-off event, a blip that didn't cost them, especially since their offense exploded to back him up. "The big boy has picked us up the whole season, and we picked him up today," said Red Sox manager Alex Cora. "That's what winning teams do." So, should the Red Sox be worried about Garrett Crochet? Is this a sign of fatigue, or just a hiccup in an otherwise strong season? And what does this mean for his role down the stretch? These are questions worth discussing. Do you think Crochet can bounce back and maintain his dominance? Or is this the start of a troubling trend? Share your thoughts below. We'd love to hear your take.